for our first speaker, let me just briefly introduce to you. She took up a BSBA major in Human Resources Development Management in PUP Manila, and she graduated with honor. So that's really nice. And now she is a HR professional, a writer, and a business owner. She is also a civil service and a field staff pastor. So we have here Miss Eliza May Sayo. Hi. So you're going to be
Hi again.
presenting something from us, right? Go
Mhm.
ahead, please. I'll be out of your hair in a while.
All right. So yeah, hi everyone. I hope you are all doing well and you're actually safe from this pandemic. So today I'll be actually talking about how to land your first job, and this is very relevant to you guys since all of you are actually fresh graduates. So let me just prepare my slide right here. Give me a moment. So yeah, so like what I mentioned, we'll be talking about how to land your first job. I think it's just I'll just be giving you a simple tips. So all right, so we actually have a checklist. That's gonna be three. Number one is your resume. Second is the interview, and third is the attitude. So first one is the resume. So there you go. Number one is it has to be professional looking. So as an HR manager, I've actually encountered some applicants who have their selfie photo in their resume. And I highly advise that do not use unprofessional photo in your resume because you are applying for a job and you are just you are not posting on Facebook or in any social media sites. Number two is highlight your achievements. Since you don't have any professional experience yet, you have to make sure that if you are a cum laude, if you have any honors or awards in your university, you have to highlight that achievement. If you are actually part of an organization or if you've done something special or something that is recognizable during your internship, make sure to highlight that one as well. Number three is do not put unnecessary information or data. I can still see some applicants who is actually putting their parents' name in their resume and also their height and weight. So, guys, it's actually not necessary. We do not actually care about that, and you have to review the personal data act, so you don't have to put that in your resume. We will not be looking at that matter. Number four is use formal font color. So with this, it actually depends on the position that you're applying for, but you really have to be mindful on this one. If you're gonna use one font, for example, if it is gonna be Calibri, make sure that all of the font up until the end is gonna be Calibri. And since you don't have any professional experience yet, if you can actually make your resume into just one page, don't hesitate to do so. So just put the necessary information, and it should be uh, short and concise. So second one is of course the interview process. Now that we're actually facing the pandemic, it's actually quite different because all of the interviews are actually being done online. So before, of course, you need to travel, you have to consider the traffic. But right now, if your interview schedule is actually at 1 p.m., you have to make sure that you are on time. And when I say you are on time, don't log in like 12:59 or exactly 1. If you can actually make an adjustment, if you can allot 15 minutes in advance, that would be better. Second is appear professional. I know that the interview is actually just being done online, so you can just wear a top that will make you look professional. But there are some interviewers who will actually ask you to stand up. So it actually helps that you are actually wearing a formal attire from head to foot. So it will actually give you a little bit of confidence, and it will not actually make you laid back because you are just at home and you can just wear a simple top and then go to the interview right away. So you have to be mindful with the clothing. Number three is ask the questions directly. So we don't really look into candidates' answer where there are a lot of palabok, as the HR recruiter says. So if we ask you a situational question, of course you have to explain why your answer is your answer. But if it's just a yes or no question or an A or B question, you just have to answer it directly as long as the message is actually there. Number four is emphasize what you can bring to the table. So when I say emphasize what you can bring to the table, you have to highlight what you can bring to the company. So all of you are fresh graduate, you don't have any professional experience yet. So I think for this one, it's gonna be good to highlight your achievement as a student. I know that the grades or the GPA doesn't really matter, but we have to be honest that it's actually one of the factor. It will never define your future, guys. But of course, we don't have so much information to relate to check your skills or what you can actually contribute to the company. So that's still gonna matter for a little bit. So last slide is gonna be this one, the attitude. I think this is the most important. During the panel session a while ago, we've said multiple times that we prefer someone who has a good attitude compared to someone who is well skilled. So number one is you have to be respectful. Some of the candidates they forget to say good morning or good afternoon or hi or hello. So even if it's just an online interview, you still have to be respectful. And even if you are older to the interviewer or not, you have to be respectful as well. Number two is you have to be confident. So it's just an online interview, and I know that for some it takes years to build your confidence, but there's actually during the interview there's actually no or there's actually wrong or right answer. There's no wrong answer because everyone has their own experiences. It will actually the difference is going to be how you will present yourself. So think of it as you selling yourself to the employers. And number three is understanding. You have to be understanding to the question. Because I've noticed that some of the candidates they have the tendency not to understand the question. So you have to make sure that you are really listening well. So you will be able to understand the question and you will be able to answer it directly. And number four is decisive. So I'm really not sure about other HR professionals, but with us we're in Storagemart, being decisive is actually important for us because like what I have mentioned a while ago, we are actually a startup company, and there are a lot of times that you will be facing two different clients, and you have to be decisive in a way that when a client asks you a question, you should be able to answer that. You don't have to relate to anyone because of course you will undergo trainings. So yeah, I think the resume, the interview process and the attitude, you have to be mindful for these three, so you will be able to successfully land your first job. The competition is actually quite tight, but you really have to believe in yourself. And it's okay even if you, let's say you submitted 20 applications and you got rejected. It's okay to feel sad. Even I just want to share my experience. Before I graduated 2016 and I was lucky enough to get a job after a month, a month after I graduated. But there are also some of my classmates that they actually got the job 5 months, 6 months. Does it mean that I'm better than them? No. God will actually give you the right job at the right time. And you don't have to compete with your classmates or with your batchmates. The biggest competitor that you have is yourself and yourself alone. So if you actually failed this interview, assess yourself. So what can I improve? What have I done wrong? How do I answer this question better? You just really have to be confident and believe that you will be able to get the right job for you. Okay. So yeah, I think that would be all. Let me know if you have any question.
They actually have a lot of different questions here. So one question that they have for you is, what's your favorite part about working at Storagemart?
Oh, I think the favorite part is actually, and I think this is gonna be for all the employees out there. It's really gonna be your workmates. Here in Storagemart, the population is actually young, and I'm lucky enough that to have colleagues who has actually the same mindset and same wavelength as me. So when there are days that there's a lot of tasks to do, they're gonna be the one who will cheer me up and who will say, "Kaya mo yan," or it's actually sweet of them as an HR manager to give me coffee sometimes. Not because of the possession, of course. It's because of the rapport and the relationship that I was able to build with them. So I don't want to be the typical HR who's masungit. So I want to be the HR whom they can approach whenever they need someone to listen to them or to help them with certain tasks or situation.
All right, that's really a nice answer, man. That's really
Yeah.
nice of you. We have a shout out here from Vanessa. Thank you so much. So pretty and so humble. So just some inspiration words, right?
Thank
So
you.
another questions here is, what are the opportunities for advancement in Storage Mart?
Oh, the opportunities for advancement in here is actually big. We are a startup company and we are the pioneer in the industry. So it's really good for the fresh grads to be able to join our company because I want to be honest that there are a lot of struggles and difficulties working in a startup company. But I think what's essential or what will make you choose our company is you'll see the progress day by day. And it's actually such a good feeling to know that you're actually part of something small, and when it get bigger, like now. So we started 2016, we have 10 branches, and there's a lot of branches to come. And right now we're actually partnered with celebrities who will not just endorse our company, but who believes in our mission and vision to be the leading storage company in the Philippines, to be the largest company in the Philippines. And we need certain individuals or some individuals who will be able to help us achieve that goal.
Right, thank you so much. And I guess this could be directed to you. Storage Mart as a Philippine company. We have here from anonymous attendee that is not a good speaker in English. So is that a deal breaker as a fresh grad?
No, no, definitely. Okay, if you are actually someone who is not comfortable speaking in English, you just have to let the interviewer know that you can say, "Ma'am, I'm not comfortable speaking in English. Is it okay if I'll just speak Tagalog?" If you can actually explain yourself better, whether it's Tagalog, whether it's Visayan, no matter what language you have, feel free to do so. We don't, speaking English or speaking in English, writing in English doesn't necessarily mean that you are smart enough. It will not actually measure how smart you are
Yep.
or if you can bring so much to the company. No, it doesn't matter. Like what we have mentioned a while ago, it's still gonna be your attitude. What are we going to do with someone who can speak so fluently in English if that person has attitude problem? So
You're right.
just be yourself. If you want to speak in Tagalog, go ahead and say that. Just make sure to, of course, notify the interviewer that or ask question, ask permission.
Yep. Thank you so much for that. And I have some few questions here still for you.
Mhm.
Let me
Oh,
just
sure.
get it. So we have from Nina and Fiscaro that several sites suggest that resume nowadays takes care more take a take a more creative approach. Sorry about that. Does that just depend on the company being applied to, or a professional resumes really preferred?
I think a professional resume is still preferred. But of course, if you are someone who's working in marketing and advertising, of course the resume has to be somehow extra.
Mhm.
Not colorful, but you have to highlight your portfolio. If you are a graphic designer, it will be really different from regular back office job. But of course, no matter what the position you're applying for, you have to be mindful to the layout of your resume. If you guys actually know Canva, you can actually get good resume layout. So it's actually a free. You can actually create an account for free. But of course, if you want to get premium, I think they are actually offering subscription. So yeah.
All right, that's a really good insight and really good advice. And yeah, Canva is a really good tool now these days, being used
Yeah.
in the professional world. So everyone, it's just a notice. So another question here coming from anonymous attendee: is there a chance that an applicant who's in the fourth year of college can get accepted, especially if he has enough experience and skill, interned already in a company for 6 months? What do you
Mhm.
think?
Oh, here in Storagemart, we actually have employees who are still studying. And when it comes to the
Hmm.
schedule, we can always work on that. You know, I here in Storagemart, we believe that we should give everybody fair chance to be employed. We are all struggling this pandemic, and it even if you are not graduated yet, it's really okay as long as you are willing to learn. You can contribute to the company. It really doesn't matter if you are not a graduate yet or not.
All
So
right.
we are really inclusive when it comes to that.
All
Storage
right,
mode
thank you
is
so
open for
much.
everyone.
All right, thank you so much, May. And yeah, I think that concludes. Is there any other questions? I guess not for now. We'll be moving forward to the next speaker, if I may, and we
Sure,
will be
thank
able
you
to
so much.
answer some other questions still. Just stay there. Maybe we'll be able to put on
Oh,
some few
sure,
questions and answer later part of the event if we still have time.
sure.
And moving forward, we have here for our next speaker, we have from Siena Technology, Miss Vanessa Gerald. Sorry, I'm going to spotlight you for now. Just give me a second.
All right.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
Hello, everyone. Hello, Zab. Good afternoon. Hello, participants. Good afternoon. Sorry to for a short notice. Yeah, unfortunately, my colleague has a technical problem with her
Mhm.
internet, so I'm taking over the presentation.
Go ahead. We're looking forward to that. The floor is yours, by the way. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. So I'll just share my screen. Wait, I hope. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, definitely.
Hold on. All right. So I'm just looking to for two monitors. So yes, for our presentation. By the way, my name is Vanessa Gerald, and I'm the senior operations manager for Siena Technology. As Carla have mentioned earlier, what Siena Technology thus is that we are a bespoke NetSuite solutions designed to make your company more efficient. We do customization, development, implementation, whatever you can think for NetSuite, we do all that. So how did we start CEANA Technology? So it was in 2019 when our founder or and CEO started the firm in order to address the needs of NetSuite partners with reference to delivering NetSuite development projects fast and hassle free. Back then, way back 2019, so there were only how it was only her, and then she hired her staff, 2 to 3, and then numerous clients were coming, and deployment issues um, were getting to us. So by the end of 2021, we were getting numerous requests from different customers and prospects. So to name a few of our milestones for Siena Technology, we were able to close 10 new projects on top of our current projects just for 2021. These were all these were both long-term and short-term projects. We also have rescue projects. So if clients have some issues regarding their current setup with NetSuite, we do have we do we rescue their projects, and then we assisted 10 NetSuite go live projects. Um, we also served not just the Philippine location. We also serve different countries, 14 countries, which spans to different continents. So, as I mentioned earlier, we just started with our founder, and then we grew to 16 people, and we are still hiring. Now, this 2021, we transformed not just in the area of breed, but also in depth. This transformation warrants more than just a change of direction, but a commitment to a new set of visions. That's why initially, when our founder started um, the organization, we it was named Leia CC Consulting, but in 2021, we changed and registered to Siena Technology. So this is our founder, president and CEO rather, Leia Celosa Columna. So just a brief background of our CEO and founder and president. She's a NetSuite enthusiast with 8 professional years in technology and customer support. So her background is strongly from the NetSuite. She's a lead NetSuite developer and founder of um, Leia's CC Consultancy. That was the former of Siena Technology. Her journey dates back to August of 2012, when she started with Oracle NetSuite as a technical support specialist, and she was able to take on different roles and responsibilities under Oracle NetSuite. She was a NetSuite principal consultant specializing in optimizing Suite Cloud customization. So at the year 2018, she started freelancing, but she sees the opportunity for NetSuite. So that's why we she bring in the organization and hired staff, and that's why we have the she founded the Leia CC, and now it's named as Siena Technology. Our CEO as well holds different NetSuite certifications that will really back up what we have for Siena Technology. She's a certified um, Suite Foundations, certified financial user, administrator, and Suite Cloud developer. By the way, our CEO is also an IT person, so she's also a developer, our solutions architect for Siena Technology. So she's tech savvy. What are our services for Siena Technology? What we offer, as I mentioned earlier, we do the customization, anything um, that customers or prospects request that is outside of the package of NetSuite. So we do that. Any enhancement that requires, we cater on that need and development. So we also do integration from different platforms, that different platforms that can communicate with NetSuite. We can Siena Technology offers that, and we also do script modification and enhancements, as well as consulting. There are also functional consulting that some customers request for um, for what NetSuite can offer, especially when there's on the implementation side. Some customers are asking how NetSuite can be set up. So we offer as well the consulting services. So in total, we have 35 clients, and we have created 450 plus scripts and counting, um, for 35 countries and how many? Five in 5 continents. So, um, again, Siena Technology is a NetSuite development specialist firm for rescue account customization and integration projects trusted by NetSuite partners and users worldwide. So, most of our customers are not just yes, they are users of NetSuite rather, and also partners with NetSuite. So our team, as Carla have mentioned earlier, we are fully remote, 100%. Some of us are located in NCR, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, all over the Philippines. So I'm from Davao City. So we haven't really met each other, our colleagues. So hopefully we can meet in time. And then, yeah, our clients we have different industries that we have catered to, retail, management consulting, information technology, the different industries. As long as they are using NetSuite, we do cater them. Countries as well as these are the most highest counted countries that we have as our customers. Testimonials. Here we have one of the testimonial from our one of our clients, which is from Monster Lab. If I stand it correctly, it's in Chile. So our company was looking for experienced NetSuite developers, primarily from APAC, that would help us with connection between our custom built platform and NetSuite via API. So this customer, we did the integration from NetSuite and their internal timekeeping system. Yes. So that is from the Monster Lab. And we also have this one from the OLX group. Um, we also did what was this? I think this was a customization and development project, and as well as this one from Kamuen. Um, yes, customization as well, and this one as well. So yeah, so that is the background of our company. Currently, we are actually looking for fresh graduates who are passionate with programming, because what we looked into are those who have those who are passionate really with programming, who has experience with JavaScript development and other languages that can be related to specific to NetSuite. So we accept fresh graduates, and we have a um, not high intensive, but we have a recruitment process. So initially, we are checking on resumes, not really looking into the transcript of records. So we don't usually check on that one, but on how the interview process goes through. And then we also have the test projects that can really check on how the um, talent is I mean the candidate has a passion with the language that we are requiring to. So um yeah, that I think that's it from us.
All
Any
right.
questions?
Yep, actually, they have a lot of different questions here on the list.
All
Vanessa,
right.
one of the questions that they have is, does your company offer a web development internship and at the same time a part-time jobs? Do you offer part-time jobs?
Yes, we do have internship and part-time roles, but specific to certain job positions. So maybe you can send us your application, and then we can look into that.
Yep. So yeah, everybody, you could send application to Miss Vanessa in terms of the job opportunities that you have. You could visit their profile and prospect, see and check where you could get that. The applications is there. So another question for you, Miss Vanessa, if I may, is I have someone here who is asking if the salary negotiable in terms of the different roles that you're gaining have.
Um, in terms of compensation, we do have
Mhm.
a competitive package that we offer for certain positions, especially those who are fresh graduates. We just don't offer the salary itself, but what we offer is also the training for these um, new employees. Yeah, and the offering that we have is I think it's much higher than what the local rates that we have, and it's competitive.
All right. Wow. So see that, hear that. Sorry about that. You could imagine what is the average salary of a web developer or anyone in the tech now these days, and they are above that. So it's something that you could something to look forward to for Siena Tech, right? So I have another question here for you, Miss Vanessa. From anonymous attendee again, how do I make a good first impression, I guess, during the initial interview? First impression in terms of the initial interview. Any advice?
If you can attend the interview or yeah, attend the interview 5 minutes before the call and be prepared. Sometimes there are yeah, understandable that there are some like fresh graduates who don't really know what to do when attending the interview, especially for first timers. So as much as possible, if you can log into your computer 5 minutes before the call so that you can check if there's technical issues you can already address, and then by the time you are on the schedule, you can already introduce yourself and answer the questions that are thrown into you.
Right. Thank you so much for that. And I think that really provides a lot of different insight and perspective what your company does and what they could offer, especially for the young talents that we have here. So if I may, I would like to invite again here on our spotlight, Miss May, are you still here with us?
Yeah,
Just to
yeah,
answer some
I'm
few
still with
questions,
you guys.
everybody.
Sure.
How about you, Miss Jenny? Are you still here with us? Hello, Miss Jenny, still here with us? Oh yeah, I think she's busy. Anyway, hi everyone. Please help me out answer these a lot of questions that we have here coming from the students. So going back, I missed a lot of different questions from earlier. And this one question that I got from Raymond Omentado is, what are the common red flags in your hiring process? I guess Miss May,
Mm.
could you answer that for us, please?
Red flags. It's actually different from the position that you're applying for. But I think the most common one, you cannot actually base it just on the resume. So it's gonna be
Mhm.
during the interview process. And personally, one of the red flags that I consider is actually if the candidate is actually somehow boastful. I just want to share this experience that I've before I actually had an interview with someone who graduated from the top four university. So when I have asked the candidate, what do you think is your edge compared to the other applicants? The candidate actually mentioned that she have studied in this university and that she is a cum laude, but the other applicants are not. So it's actually a red flag for me because I believe that it's not about where university you came, what university you came from. It's still what you can bring to the table, the attitude that you have, and it's still at the end of the day, it's still about you. It's still about the student. It's still about the applicant. It doesn't matter where university you graduated from. Yeah.
All right, sorry about that. I was in mute. So yeah, next question is here for I have is for Miss Vanessa. What is your best advice out there for fresh graduates that are feeling overwhelmed or somehow lost with the current job market? So especially with the pandemic right now, right? So we could say that the economic stage of the early career talents are not that compared from before, where everybody is always looking for something. So what's your best advice for them?
Try and try until you succeed. There are actually a lot of opportunities that are not looked into, especially those who are seeking jobs. There are platforms like the Prospel that offers different job roles for different companies. So I think yeah, those who are looking for jobs, they can start at least siguro mga 2 to 3 application for a day. And if you see the numbers and the percentage of the return on that one, um, there's a high probability that you will be hired. So just look into the numbers if you can increase. And if there's a rejection, take it positively. And what are the lessons learned from that one, from the interview? Um, and change on your next interviews. Learn from there.
Yep, definitely. Learn from where you stop is always something that advice that a professional coming from is very something. It's something that is very unique, or in a way that you could uphold, right? So another question that I have here is, how do you think COVID has changed the way you and your team looks at the recruiting talent? Has it altered any of your initial values? I guess this will be coming from May as being in the HR.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch the question.
Sorry. How do you think COVID has changed the way you and your team
Oh,
looks at the recruitment talent? And has
oh,
it altered any of your initial values?
mm, for that one, the only difference is actually we're doing the interview online. Um, it's actually hard to assess the candidate right now because of course before the pandemic you'll see the candidate personally. You will be able to observe the gestures. You will be able to observe the behavior of the candidate. But since we're doing it online, the interviews right now, it's hard to assess the candidate when it comes to the soft skills.
Mhm.
So the only changes that we've actually done is to, I think, ask more of the situational and reality questions. Let the candidate talk more about themselves, and because once while the candidates are actually speaking about themselves, sharing their experiences, we will be able to pinpoint something somehow, and we will be able to somehow assess how they behave in certain situations and how they handle the stress or the pressure, because being a fresh graduate and being employed for the first time can be quite overwhelming for you guys. But like what I have mentioned during my talk, you just really have to believe in yourself. Do not ever compare yourself to your colleagues. The biggest competitor that you have is just yourself. So if you're actually at your worst yesterday, make sure to take a rest and be better tomorrow.
Wow, that is a very inspiring words, Miss May. Thank you so much for that. And I have another one here coming for another Miss Attorney again for Miss Vanessa. This is for you to answer. What are the advantages of working in a startup company versus an established company? So, what are the advantages, by the way?
Maybe I can start with the disadvantage. One is since it is a startup, so there aren't really an established process sometimes when you work on a startup company. But the advantage is you grow with the company. So whatever is or the path or the direction the company goes, you also go with what the organization is going or the direction is going into. So for me, I think for Siena Technology, um, I've grown as well um, with my career here in Siena Technology. I started um, but I started with so as assistant operations manager, and then I've grown to positions, and then from there the organization also grew, and as well as our clientele. So
All
yeah,
right.
I think that's the advantage of that.
Thank you so much for that, Miss Vanessa, for giving that insight. And last question I have here is for Miss May: is if I don't get hired the first time and then upskilled myself up, when is it okay to reapply? To reapply? Yeah.
Are we talking about the same company or not? Because some of the companies they have these 3 to 6 months time frame. If you
Mhm.
actually got rejected, you have to wait for 3 to 6 months to be able to reapply. But if you're actually just applying for another company, there's really gonna be no difference. I mean, rejections is actually part of application,
Mhm.
and failure is actually part of success. And guys, you will be able to appreciate more your success if you've actually experienced failure, because it's gonna be your hard work, your patience, and of course, you have to pray about it. Always seek God's guidance in every decision that you're gonna be doing. That's the most important one.
All right. Thank you so much for that. A good insight. So I guess we have it all, and I could say that it's a wrap. We learned a lot of
Mm.
things from you employers here today, and once again we would like to thank everyone for participating on this event. Our panelists, Miss Vanessa, Miss May, and Miss Jenny. I think she's kind of busy right now. So
Mhm.
thank you so much for being here with us, and for our students, our partners, our students coming from different organization, universities. Thank you so much. And please stand by because I'll be posting up the link for the e-certificate. And everyone keep safe. I'll see you in the next possible event. Bye, guys.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone. Keep
you, thank
safe.
you, thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.